Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Thursday, December 5th, 2024 by Gaia Blooming. I'm Mimi and our energy mantra for today is I pay my attention to my awareness. We have to be aware wolves today. Just popped into my head. Anyway, we have more mental shenanigans going on. When I was looking at today's astro, you know when they do those scenes in the movie where it's like sped up and then it slows down so you can like see the action for like half a second and then it speeds up again. And I feel like today's energy is going to feel a little bit like that as we have the sun and Mercury aligning. Now, as we have this sun and Mercury alignment happening, we're also building to sun opposite Jupiter as well. And so there's really strong mental energies, and the universe is like, what are you going to do with it? If you find yourself in one of those slow motion moments, recognize this is a choice moment, and you can definitely decide how you're going to align your mind, how you're going to align your vision. Now, Sagittarius is asking us to look at things from the perspective that it's all working out for us, from the perspective that the universe wants good things for us, from the perspective that this is a friendly universe, and even when things are hard, this is for us and it's working out for us. So try to keep that in mind today as we build into this interesting astro energy. Now, Sun and Mercury will really heighten the mental chatter, and some of it's yours, and some of it is from the one mind. Some of it's from the collective mind. We all have some form of antenna. If you are a Gemini, or if you are a Virgo, or if you're an Aquarius, or a air sign, or you have Sun conjunct Mercury, chances are you have a really strong antenna. And some of you may have been, gotten good at like those blinders that you put on horses, but, for your mental capacity. And some of you haven't. And some of us receive messages from multi-layers. Like as I'm doing scopes, I'm kind of bringing a lot through. It can be a lot to follow. As we have the Sun and Mercury together, it heightens this energy, and just the fact that the moon is in Aquarius is kind of just doubling our antennas. So be aware that whether you are aware of it or not, your antennas, your bunny ears, are picking up so much, so much in this energy, and it's up to you to be aware of it and recognize, oh, that is something interesting for my consciousness. And no, that is something that deserves a boundary in my consciousness. So keeping that awareness up. Now, let me be fair and say the Sun-Mercury connection is not actually happening until 6 p.m. So we're going to have Tarzan mind going through a large part of the day as we build to this. And like I mentioned, the moon in Aquarius is just serving this. So moon in Aquarius is making the rest of the connections through the day. Keep in mind, this is a Mercury retrograde. So there is a lot of inner work around your mind, around your awareness, around your thinking, and recognizing while our brain, while our mind has so much work that it does, it is not the boss. It's not the boss of you. You're not the boss of me. I think we've had that temper tantrum before, me and this brain, right? But sometimes we like to believe everything that we think. And this is your friendly reminder that you don't have to believe everything that you think. And a lot of times, a lot of those things that you find yourself thinking are not even products of your own consciousness. They're things that you have picked up. They're things that have been projected and have just been ruminating there. And it might be time for some of those things to spin on out. So be aware of that in this retrograde Sun, Mercury, CAZIMI. That's another word as the Sun and Mercury collide. It's a CAZIMI, which means in the heart of the sun, in the spotlight of the sun. What mental energy belongs in the spotlight? Definitely not all the shenanigans that go on here. If I repeated everything that went on, And it's the same for everybody. You know what popped into my head as I was, speaking of what goes on in my brain, what popped into my head as I was looking at this astro was the movie What Women Want with Mel Gibson. He has something happen with a hairdryer and a thunderstorm, and suddenly he can hear women's minds, and he's like, oh my god. And it's not just women, it's everybody, it's all of creation, it's everything. So be aware of this. We're all picking this up to different degrees, and it impacts us all. And the same of the thinking that we have, it impacts the collective as well. So like I said, Moon in Aquarius adding to the effect. We have Moon in Aquarius beginning with Mars, opposition with Mars in the morning. Mars in its last day before it goes retrograde. And so this is offering us a taste of love, a taste of that Leo energy to bring into our day, to align with love, to align with divine inner child, to align with joy, to align with play. So that's a beautiful way to start the day, but it could be a little push and pull, because you may tune into the collective and be like, ugh, because sometimes it feels that way. So align with your heart, align with your joy, bring that energy forward, and maybe like, I don't have to resonate with all of that right now. Moon is also connecting into Mercury and the Sun. It's just enhancing that CAZIMI. It's enhancing the conjunction. It's adding to your satellite dish. So be aware of that. Again, the collective energy is strong, but your influence is strong. I love the quote by Rumi, wherever you stand, be the soul of that place. And I think that that's what we're here to be and to do, the soul of that place, but from our soul energy, not from the overcome, overworked, overtired, from that soul, like, I am the light of the world. I am the soul of the universe, and my name is love, from those kinds of energies. So see where you can bring that forward. Card-wise, this is at the top. And I think we could feel this way, definitely. But we also have an opportunity to, shift our vision, bring our light, bring that courage, bring the strength of that energy, and integrate these places. It's okay that your mind goes to these places. It's okay. But we don't have to stay here. We can trust our process. Got the trust card. Trust our process. Trust the universe. Recognize this is showing us something, but it doesn't mean we have to live here. And too many of us spend a lot of time in this kind of energy, kind of living there. Shift your vision. Shift that perspective. This card is a card of perspective shift. If you see, there's this figure here who's on their hands and knees looking at the ground, but then look at their spirit coming up and reaching. And I always feel like this is such an archer kind of energy of like, what am I going to aim at? What am I going to aim for? Where am I going? Lifting yourself up kind of vision energy. It takes strength. It takes courage. It takes light. It takes heart for that. So keep that all in your awareness today. The integration reminds us this part is important. We're not supposed to just skim over it. There's lessons for us, but we're also not meant to stay there. Can you trust your process? The whole of it and the integration of it. And I also love the card from the Yuletide Tarot. I pulled the Page of Canes, and it's truthful, logical, and rational energy. It's definitely childlike, inquisitive, but I love this line in here. There's far more going on in this person's mind than is actually happening in this apparent world, and I think that's true for all of us. Know that today. There is far more going on in your mind than anybody could ever believe. And how are you influencing it? How is the real you? Your mind is not you. How is the real you influencing the shenanigans that are going on in there? So, I'm going to leave it there for today. You can book a reading with me. Email me, mimiclark@gmail.com. Year ahead readings coming in. leave comments so you can get in the drawing to get a free abbreviated year ahead reading. Reach out if you have any questions. And besides all this, the better it gets, the better it gets. There's more than enough love in the world for you. You have the power, and remember who you are. For you are the solution. Namaste.